Everybody, Jack from Half Chrome. Today I've got the HBx68. This is a 2S tiny whoop. Is it worth upgrading from your smaller 65mm whoop, or is this 2S even better than, say, a 1S Tiny Hawk or Snapper? Let's find out. Okay, so first let's talk about what this actually is. So this is a tiny whoop. It is 68mm from motor to motor. Now that is different than most tiny whoops. It's actually a little bit larger, you see. This is 65mm. This is the URUAV65. It's a brushless micro, one of my favorites. Now this is actually 68, so it's a tiny bit larger. And that gives it slightly bigger propellers. Now these are 35mm propellers versus 31mm propellers. So you get a little bit more size, which means you're going to get a little bit more thrust. Now these are actually smaller than these, right? Most of these 75mm whoops, they have 40mm props. So they're a little bit smaller. So yes, this is basically an in-between. This is like the middle child, if you will. So it's got more power than a 1S whoop because you can fly at 2S, but it does have smaller props. Now, the one thing that I don't like about these props is that this 35mm size is actually kind of difficult to find. So that is kind of a downfall. Initially, I thought they were the same as these guys here, but they're not. So that is a downfall. Now, Albert Kim, he is a YouTube reviewer that I really respect. Now, he said, don't buy this. And I think that that isn't quite fair. He got a bad unit. He couldn't fly it. And really, you know, I don't know that that's fair to judge it based on one. Now, mine flies pretty darn well. It's got serious power with 2S on something this light. It's checking in at 25.5 grams without the batteries. Now, it comes with a pair of GNB 300 milliamp hour batteries. Now these are 4.35, so these are the high voltage. You're going to pair them together and fly them together with this goofy little connector. That's kind of what they're doing with these 2S whoops, and it all rests inside this 3D mounted part here. Now mine actually broke because I was ripping it around outside. As you can see, I got some grass on it. So is it better than one of these 65s? Yeah, it's definitely got more power, right? But I don't know if I'd actually say it's better. I do like it. I would say in terms of power, it actually tends to be pretty comparable to this guy here, the Tiny Hawk. Now, I'd still recommend the Tiny Hawk over the X68 here, just because this frame is so awesomely durable, right? You can crash the heck out of this. These motors, you know, everything about this guy, awesome. Not to say don't buy this, but it's kind of hard to recommend this really over anything else, right? These 0802 brushless motors are pretty awesome, 16,000 kV, but they're just not going to do as much thrust with these smaller props. So, you know, got to keep all of that in mind. So it's got an F3 board. It's a stack in here with a VTX, so it's kind of, I don't know, it is kind of an older technology. So if this thing goes on sale, if this thing was 75 bucks or 65 bucks, I'd say buy it all day. But as it stands, it's currently about 110. So yeah, I'd probably recommend the Tiny Hawk, the Mobula, the trash can, even this little guy. Even though it's not as powerful, probably a little bit better for flying indoors. This is probably better than for flying indoors than out. But you can do either. It can get stuck in the wind because it's pretty darn light, so you're going to have to fly on light days. So, you know, just some things to think about. But is it on the do not buy list? No, it's on the wait till it goes on sale list. So if you're looking for something in between a 65 and a 75, well, this is it. HBx68. Hey, hopefully that was helpful enough to you. You know, if you're thinking about buying it, good luck. Hopefully that's enough information on this guy for you. If you want to know more, hit me up, send me a comment, shoot me an email. Check us out on halfchrome.com. We're also writing for the Drone DJ. You can find me there. And if you want to get updates on our videos, click that subscribe button. Good luck and happy flying.